a table with them. The two women then introduce themselves with the fake names they made up the other night, while the two men introduce themselves as brothers whose names are Jed and Lucas. The brothers offer to give them a ride to their workplace, and although Katie is initially reluctant, she gives in to Sloane's silent plea. The two end up climbing into the young men's blue truck. However, things don't go as planned. Jed deliberately passes by the farm where Katie and Sloane work, which confuse the two women.
Are we gonna turn around somewhere, or?
You'll see.
And at last, they arrive.
This is our family's place.
The two women are welcomed in by Jed and Lucas' sketchy mother, who invites them to town's perverted sheriff who we saw earlier. Here we learn that the uncle is actually not just a cop, he is actually an FBI agent. He voices his concerns and is convinced that his niece is kidnapped. To make the plot even more interesting, for some reason the FBI uncle decides to tell the sheriff about how he knows they're in trouble, because Katie did not use a new code word in the latest text message she sent. Kidnappers about the fact that Katie's uncle is an FBI agent, and that Katie lied to them about the safe word. Not wanting the FBI to poke around their human trafficking business, the boss Boris tells Jeff to kill them both and dump their bodies. Unbeknownst to them, Katie is eavesdropping the conversation. While this is happening, the FBI uncle decides to visit the cafe where he last dropped off Katie and Sloane. He then asks the barista what he knows. Conveniently, the barista remembers in clear detail what sort of truck Katie and Sloane left with. On the next day, Katie tells Sloane that the kidnappers are planning to kill them, shortly before the kidnappers arrive along with Scruffy Guy. They then leave Scruffy Guy behind to watch them. Katie takes this opportunity to seduce him, and once she gets close enough, they then ask the cashier if he knows Boris, the man with the blue truck, and the cashier knows where he lives. On the other side of town, Uncle Jason continues his investigation by visiting the town's car insurance building today. He makes up a story about accidentally colliding with a blue truck, and asks who owns it. The boss Boris just makes it back home. It turns out that Katie and Sloane have sneaked up on him, and throw a bunch of nail-spiked tennis, get dropped off at the airport, and excitedly make their way to New York City, and this is where the movie ends.